We have a weather alert.
We certainly do. We have a lot of snow coming our way, but who gets what and when? We already know that schools are closing for tomorrow.
Yeah, including the Syracuse schools, certainly the biggest in the area. Violet, what's coming our way?
Yeah, we're expecting some heavy wet snow, and it is going to bring quite an impact for the morning and afternoon commute tomorrow as it stays widespread through the day. But notice it's raining on the weather deck right now. We're not expecting that impactful weather to arrive at least until later on tonight. But we are in weather alert with winter storm warnings in effect for all of central New York. Although the heaviest snow totals are going to be in the higher elevations. There will be a big difference in snow accumulation depending on where you live. But all of this eventually comes to a close by Wednesday morning. So here's a look at the biggest weather impacts that we're expecting from this system. The weight of the snow. Because it's going to be so heavy and wet with a high water content, it's going to stick to trees and power lines, leading to some power outages. And that's not the only thing. We're also expecting some strong winds out of this system, around 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts as high as 40 to 50. And that will create blowing snow, even near whiteout conditions at times, and mainly during the afternoon to evening. That's when we're expecting the strongest winds tomorrow. And again, all of this leading up to some tree branches and power outages possible, along with dangerous driving conditions. So tomorrow, only drive if you have to. Again, morning through afternoon and evening, it is going to be hazardous outside. For this evening, though, we are seeing mostly wet road conditions. Most areas, especially the lower elevations, are seeing rain right now. Yes, there is some heavy wet snowflakes up in the higher elevations, but a lot of this is melting as it reaches the ground, as our temperatures are still right around to just above freezing. But as we cool down tonight, we are expecting everyone to transition over to some widespread snow, becoming heavier through the overnight as these two systems merge together and become a stronger one. So let's time this out with your futurecast, starting with this evening. Still seeing rain here on the weather deck and across most of the lower elevations. Some of the higher elevations are seeing some snowflakes, but again, much of this is melting once it hits the ground. So just wet road conditions for this evening. It's not until closer to midnight tonight that the snow starts to stick on the ground as our temperatures drop closer to freezing for the lower elevations. So by tomorrow morning, the snow is going to start piling on. Most places will have around 1 to 3 inches by sunrise tomorrow. So we'll be seeing some slushy road conditions across central New York for that morning commute. And things will start to be becoming breezy. The strongest winds, though, are not expected until midday and continuing through the afternoon, along with this heavy wet snow continuing across central New York. Well, hello there, Willie. He just climbed up above me on our weather deck. He wants to hear all about this big snowstorm. Eventually, the widespread snow becomes lighter and more scattered Tuesday night, gradually tapering to some flurries by Wednesday morning. And that's when we're out of weather alert. We'll also even get some sunshine as we go towards late on Wednesday. So really not a bad middle of the week. Here's a look at snowfall totals. It's going to vary depending on where you live, very greatly too. Notice the lower elevations have a lot less than the higher elevations. Syracuse, Rome, and Utica around 3 to 6 inches. But notice the red is as much as a foot for areas to the south and southeast of Utica, and up in the Adirondacks as well. But zooming in on Onondaga County alone, you can see the difference. Notice Syracuse is around 3 to 6, but just to the south and west, Camillus, Nedrow, Manlius are around 6 to 9. Further south, Otisco, Pompey, Fabius around 9 to 12, but 12 inches or more for Tully in southern Onondaga County. So a big difference depending on where you live. Now here's a check of your 7-day forecast. Just a few lingering flurries on Wednesday, warming up as we head into Thursday and drying out. And staying warm on Friday with a decent amount of snow melt. We'll get some widespread rain on St. Patrick's Day and temperatures in the upper 40s. And just a few lingering flurries and sprinkles through the weekend, with some beautiful weather returning for the official start of spring on Monday with a high around 40. Let's take a live look now from our Stanley Law Skywatch Regency Tower camera. Really looking at fine road conditions this evening. Just some rain showers outside, although we are expecting that impactful weather for tomorrow. So look out for school closings. They are looking likely for tomorrow.